Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm with my homeboy.
Jaquavis, man. JaquavisWill.
Yes, sir. Um, See, this is my brother for real. We go back really long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going on 4 years. I met him when I was a sophomore. He was a freshman. So we go back. We met through basketball, really. But you see, we here and we about to drop some dimes on y'all. So
Cap.
the truth is, it really be bigger than basketball. You know what I'm saying? Through basketball, you make relationships all over. But we got some good talking points for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? During the podcast, we're gonna kind of just let it roll. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all that's gonna tune in, we appreciate y'all. We really got some gems. So, you know what I'm saying? My first thing here is going to be keeping goals and dreams alive during a struggle. Now, a lot of y'all know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that we deal with in our community, bro, we struggling. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to keep those same goals that you had when you was a child, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We remember when back then we was little in elementary school, this, that, and the third, and they would have us write goals down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we used to dream big. I want to be this when I grow up. I want to do this. I want to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me why those same goals can't be possible when you get older. Because if you don't notice, when you get older, those dreams start to fade away.
Mm-hmm.
Life hits, you lose focus, you start getting distracted by certain things and everything. So I'm gonna let my boy Jaquavis rock out. But my question to you is, how do you keep your goals and dreams alive during a struggle?
So like I feel like personally, like people, that lose their, what I'm saying, dreams getting older. It's really about, as you get older, life get more serious, obstacles come through, then as a child, what I'm saying, you pair a lot of things you don't want to worry about, so you dream. And I feel like as we get older, we forget that inner child where we keep dreaming. We keep our imagination alive. We keep pushing and like using them struggles as motivation, using them struggles that feel. I feel like we let it beat us. We let it discourage our dream. We feel like some people as action, they feel like dreaming is too weak for the age. You too old to dream. You too old to have this imagination. But if you got this dream and imagination, go for it. So it really just like what around you through the struggles, you gotta feel it. You gotta take it as motivation, even through the ups and downs. That's what you grind. You gotta have a purpose. You have a reason why you're doing it, and that's how you get through the struggle. Like what I'm saying, you got examples as like I'm just gonna give y'all an example. You got LeBron as a basketball player because I hoop. So I'm gonna give y'all a scenario, but y'all can put it the way y'all want to. But you got LeBron, the saying, the struggle he went through, I'm saying, moving home from home, being homeless, I'm saying, at times. And his mom put him where his coach lived, but knowing his mom was homeless, knowing his mom was running the streets, that's motivation. So I feel like keeping that dream alive is just, man, feeling whatever around you, whatever struggle it is feeling, pushing through it. It's not gonna be easy, but you just use them struggle as your advantages, bro. And I feel like that's how I keep my life. I got a reason, I got a purpose. I lost my cousin almost a year ago, on September 1st, and it's something that keep you pushing, something to keep you going. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I keep myself alive for real.
Okay. Yes, sir. I think that was a very excellent talking point. And a lot of things that we have to understand is that sometimes you just gotta go. Like a lot of us, we wait too long in order to make something happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then eventually your whole life pass you by and you like, dang, I wish I would have did this when I was younger. Or you finally do that thing that you was waiting
For real,
on
for
for the
real.
longest and it don't happen.
Yep.
So while you youthful, because we truthfully not that old,
Mhm.
18 apiece, while you being youthful, you want to keep those certain visions alive because the truth is that during these processes, it's a it's a grind,
Mhm.
but with everything it take time.
Yep.
Like a lot of times I feel as a person myself because I give myself unrealistic expectations for my situation and my circumstance that I am in. You know what I'm saying? I get up every day, reevaluate my life, you know what I'm saying? Be happy that I'm here breathing another day. But at the same time, when I'm so focused on grinding and making money and learning how to do this and side hustles and stuff like that, I'll wind up comparing myself to somebody that's like 25, 30. Like,
Mhm.
but you 18, everybody got to start somewhere. And that's really what it come down to. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You want to have big dreams, but you got to keep it
Yeah.
alive.
Speaking on that too, like it's no ready moment. Like people feel like they gotta it's a moment where it tells you to be ready. Like something's gonna tell you just to go. You gotta go for it. You gotta be willing. Willing is the ready. You know, willing is the thing that's gonna tell you to go. If you're willing to get it, if you really get what you want, you're gonna go do it. It's no ready moment. I don't care how old you is, I don't care how late you think it is. If you still living on this earth, there's no exact moment where it's gonna tell you, oh, you are ready. Go do no. When you're willing, go do it. Just go do it. You feel me? So like real talk, that's what it is. No ready moment. That's where everybody fuck it because they let time pass on you, but time don't wait on nobody. So it's
Yeah.
like, just go. Like, go for it. You feel me? And it's just a fear to fail. But you gotta understand, like, you're gonna fail in life regardless. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta endure it. You know, failure is success, bro. Quitting is failure. So you quit, man. That's when you really failing. You failing yourself. You're gonna have falls and you're gonna fall and stuff like that. But that's life. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep going and just go for it.
You mentioned a couple of minutes ago that your cousin was a main reason for a lot of your motivation. My question to you is, how do the relationships that you have, both positive and negative, affect the person that you're trying to be?
Say it again. So
Mhm. Yes, sir. So, basically, what I'm saying is that those relationships that you have as a person, both positive and negative, how do those affect you to be that person that you're trying to be?
it grows me a lot. You feel me? Regardless of relationships or friendship that didn't go good, and the ones that go good, you know, relationship, you know, my mom, you know, my pops, and those positivity, had the right people around me, you know what I'm saying, keep me pushing, keep my head on tight. And you know, you got the ones that go off edge, but like I said, it's motivation, something that drives me, something that keeps me going, that's gonna keep me moving. That's gonna, you know, the days I wake up on my bed and I don't want to get up, it's gonna keep me pushing, it's gonna keep me going on them days. So they both play a great part of me being who I am, who I'm trying to be. They both gonna build me, regardless of pros and cons, regardless if it's negative or positive. So I feel like for sure it builds me to who I'm gonna be, you know, regardless good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Yes, sir. So one thing that all of us have in common, whether you are white, black, green, purple, yellow, is that everyone wants to succeed
mm-hmm.
respectively.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I mean? Well, for me, one of my goals, of course, is to not have to ask for nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? Could be successful financially, be able to do this. But that's one goal that I share with pretty much everybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that you have those people who are financially successful and who are doing well and who don't have to ask for nothing. And you have those people who had those dreams, but now they kind of stuck in a tier of their own to where it's like it's hard for them to grow. Um, what people need to understand is that in order for you to get to that destination, you have to go through those processes. I was telling one of my friends today that yes, you know what I'm saying, if you want to be a millionaire, because everybody in the world want to be a millionaire, you cannot tell me that you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
People gotta understand that for you to go from $0 to $1 million, you have to work a 9 to 5, bro.
You gotta start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And it don't necessarily have to be a 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong, but you got to have some type of consistent income coming for yourself. There's a reason why people are doing well in the stock market and doing this and that. But you think that they just pulling that money out of their behind? No, those people already had money. You know what I'm saying? They had stuff going for themselves to the point where it's like, okay, I have so much money now to the point where I don't know what to do with it. How do I help grow myself more? Boom, experiment. Money can be used as an experiment as well. People don't understand that. Like if I invest $30, because you might have a low net worth, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. But if I want to use $30 towards something in the stock market, that's okay because guess what? I can lose that $30. It's probably going to be lost because you don't know what the hell you're doing yet.
Mm-hmm.
but that's experimental because now you're starting to get better, and you starting to do this now.
And that applies to failing because
Yep.
you're gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You gonna quit? It's not working. I'm just gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? If you got that in your mind like this gonna work, you gonna keep trying. Like he said, it's experience, man. Like money, you gotta invest. You gotta have money, make money, and like you gotta know how to do the right things. Investing, bro, is investing on yourself. So like just like he said, plays on like you gonna fail. It ain't gonna work the first time. You know what I'm saying? But applying it, believing it's gonna work, and really applying it and grinding, it's gonna eventually you're gonna benefit off the results for sure.
Yes, sir. So another topic that I wanted to introduce to our podcast is relationships. And you know, I'm not just talking about relationships as in husband, wife, or anything of that nature, boyfriend, girlfriend,
General,
but I'm talking about in general.
general.
So that goes with friendships and everything. Uh, I'm gonna let you have the spotlight, but my question to you is, why do you think a lot of relationships fail? Whether you're young, like around our age, or old, because we see it happen all the time. People say, oh, a lot of times, oh, saying, don't, you got time to find love, or you got time to do this, or you got time to do that. But the truth is, when you look at a lot of people, and it's no offense to nobody, a lot of those people that said those same things were not able to find that specific love that they was looking for in the first place. So my question to you is, why do you think a lot of relationships fail?
Hey, don't worry about me smiling. I smiled on that. Don't trip on me smiling. I had smiled when he said that. But while a lot of relationships fail, that's a tough one. Honestly, regardless what it is, relationship, friendship, I feel like it's part of life too. Like people come and go, and like it's more of loyalty. I feel like friendships fail. Period. Love is not nothing for real. It's loyalty over love. Loyalty is very priceless. It's a very important thing. Um, that's what keep a bond strong. That's what keep people there because loyalty, no matter what goes through that relationship, no matter what goes through that, loyalty is always gonna overpower everything. It's always gonna be there. Love is weak. Love is gonna break every time when something gets hard. Loyalty is gonna stay there and grind out no matter what. Stick with that person regardless, man. It's family, it's brother. You know what I'm saying? I have my own brothers turn on me, and it's part of life. But I feel like that's for sure why it feels loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is the most important thing, and for surely in our society, that's what we all lack. So a lot of people lack loyalty. So I feel like that's the main reason why relationships fail, regardless what it is, loyalty.
I like that answer. My whole take on loyalty, I mean, pretty much he hit the nail on the coffin. But what people need to understand is that good relationships benefit the other person.
Hmm.
So, for example, me and Jaquavis, me and him, we motivate each other to be a better version of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, I used to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? I still do it in spare time just for fun every now and then, but y'all see how I'm dressed. I'm more of like a business like person now. You know what I'm saying? I took a different field. It wasn't no, oh dang, you ain't no hooper no more, or this and that. And you know what I'm saying? We lost our bond
Yeah,
that we had on the court.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We put a lot of trust in each other to be that person. Like it's all about believing in one another. Because the truth be told, I'm guilty of saying, dang, I'm doing this all by myself. Or like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting the work in, but I ain't really got nobody there to help me out. The reality and truth of it though is that you have people helping you along the way.
That's true.
It might not be because of money. Or you know what I'm saying? You might need a ride one day. He might not be able to give me a ride. But it's not because of that that makes that relationship non-beneficial. Because at the end of the day, in order for me to keep on getting up in the morning, in order for him to keep on hooping, in order for him to for
Mhm.
us to keep on succeeding, basically what I'm trying to say is that you need a support system.
Mhm.
You need a support system. I had a lot of stuff happen in my life, and I'm pretty sure and I know for sure
Mhm.
that he had a lot of stuff happen in his life. But guess what? Everybody got stuff going on.
Mhm.
Some people have it worse than others. And that's just the fact of the matter. But one thing is for sure, a lot of successful people have support systems. They have that friend.
And for sure, but I don't want y'all to get it twisted. That support system's not big. For surely not. If you got a support system not big, your support system's very gonna get destroyed for sure. And I feel like you said, like you be like, oh, we don't got nobody, but you really do. It's just not the certain people you want. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, my parents. I might not say like everybody's different. Some people it's not. It might not be their parents. It might be their friends you knew since a kid. But it'd be like you don't got a support system because you grew up with them and you feel like oh you need more people added to it. But you gotta really just you have the real ones there. No matter who's gone, always have the real ones there. So you always had a support system. If it's two people, if it's one person, it's just that's a support system. Somebody that's gonna support you, somebody's gonna push you regardless. So yeah, like you were saying, bro, like support system, bro. And like it don't matter whether they don't gotta be big, they're small, like you feel me? Like bigger it is, that's how you break your support system. So
Yes, sir. Um, my next thing going upon that, a lot of people know, and I'm gonna bring this up.
mhm.
Um, I'm not a believer in a God. Um, however, Jaquavis is. So, um, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want to know how important is having faith for you to succeed.
Another thing, I respect them because a lot of people they judgmental or they put tensions on what you believe, and they don't believe it. Oh, I'm not want to be cool with you. This and that. It's not like that. So no, it's my brother for regardless if we have different beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But faith play an important part of me. You know what I'm saying? Every time I step on the court, that's what give me confidence. That's what what I'm saying. Make me feel like I'm unstoppable and off the court. Anything I do, anything I put my mind to, faith allowed me to push through and get through a lot of things and just it's just a confidence booster for sure. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a confidence booster for me. Faith is a confidence booster to keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Faith did a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Just believing for real. Faith is just believing, bro. Like regardless of what situation. You know what I'm saying? Just having faith in God on whatever it is, he's gonna handle it, put it in his hands and allow him to do his work. So I feel like it played a very lot with me. Why I still play ball, why I'm still going, why I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very blessing. Yeah, faith played a great part a lot.
Yes, sir. Um, okay, I like that answer. Now, another question I have, um, a lot of our guys can relate to this. Um, when we're in our respective households, one thing that a lot of our guys have in common is the fact that we feel like the weight really be on our shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, well, there's a lot of pressure, and I can only speak for myself. I'm not saying it's not a lot of pressure for women or whatever.
Mhm.
That's not what I'm talking about in this podcast, but there's a lot of pressure, as you know, for us guys to do well with ourselves.
For
We
sure.
gotta be able to provide, protect, love on and care for in all areas of life. And a lot of this stuff you start getting a taste of when you are young.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying, you reach those core values and you build off of that when you're older. But my question to you is how does you being a son and a brother in your household really motivate and affect who you are?
For sure. Like gotta be a leader. I got my little brother, you know what I'm saying? A young um, black male that's gonna grow up to be a black man in this society, realistic of it, you know what I'm saying? And I do the best to be best big brother and be that leader to teach you in life just to be a leader. You have little ones that watch you like outside, so it just teaches me how to move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Put on the right impression. Um, he see me go in the right direction. He gonna go in the right direction. He gonna follow me. So it's being a leader, and being the son for Shirley. Like my mom. That's my queen. That's my backbone. Uh, for sure, teach me. Just knowing her teach me the ways of women. That's honestly for sure help. Regardless, teach me the ways of women, how women's is, and I don't know everything, but just the certain ways and how to deal with one. So how to deal with my mom every day. Like that's what you understand. Like you feel me? So just teaching the ways of dealing with women and you know, and like really, I say that. You know what I'm saying? But it for sure, for sure saved me for sure. Yeah, it's both ways. You feel me? So
Yes, sir. Another good point, and we talked about just a little bit before the video.
mhm.
Now, I don't want us to go into detail about what we're talking about because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But when it comes to investments, what people don't understand is that an investment you might lose money at first, but the whole point of an investment is to take a risk, and that's exactly what life is about. Like there's risk in everything you do. There was risk in me getting here to even come see my dog to film this podcast for y'all. It's risk for me getting ready to go to work in the morning and you know what I'm saying, you getting ready to go hoop on the court.
Yeah.
There's risk in everything in life.
Mhm.
So when it comes to an investment, that investment is supposed to be beneficial to you.
Mhm.
You tell the people your tips and how you feel about investments.
So for surely for like all the older people, like investment with money and stuff like that. But I for sure want to get on investments without money. So think about it, investment into yourself. For example, what I'm saying, me getting on the court, that's investment. You know what I'm saying? It's little things within yourself that you do is investment. Like he said, him catching that's investment. So like I want you to think the little things you do. You waking up the day you don't feel like getting up is an investment. So those is without the money. Like the money stuff, you can invest and all that. But for you to get to that big investment, the cash, you gotta invest in yourself. You got to do the little things, you have to do the tangibles of life, what I'm saying, to invest yourself. So investment is not just money, but just doing little things, you know what I'm saying? You taking the risk, like you said, man, you gotta go out there and do it. That's the investment in yourself. You're investing in yourself in the future. This goal, this dream you have, you're gonna take the risk, and that's an investment because, bro, that's going first of all build you as a person, build you as a character. For surely, stepping out your shell, who you is, stepping out of that comfort zone, and for surely, it's going to shape you, build you. You know what I'm saying, and in the future, bro, it's going to grow you financially. You know what I'm saying, and as a person. So, investment is so many ways. Like I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm gonna keep it blunt, keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I don't really not that deep much in money investment, but you know what I'm saying. As you get money, it's important to invest it regardless of what it is. If you feel like it can make you more money and you feel like it can grow, then believe in that. Just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe first before everybody else believe. And another thing I want to add on to that, for surely I learned, man, you gotta be uncomfortable in life. You can't be comfortable. Cannot. You will fail. You will actually not go far and be stagnant if you're comfortable. Sometimes when you see yourself comfortable, you gotta find ways to step out of your comfort zone. That's going to invest in you. That's going to build you. So you always gotta find ways to be comfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable and get comfortable for a little bit, but don't be comfortable for too long. You gotta find ways to get out your comfort zone, find ways to get out yourself, find ways that don't make you, you make you feel a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's what builds you, that's what shapes you for anything that's uncomfortable. Now you adapt to be uncomfortable. That's when you just strive because you're used to being uncomfortable. And that's when Deli's powers. That's a power to me. Being able to get used to being uncomfortable, it don't matter what it is. You're gonna strive regardless. So for sure.
Sorry. Um, let's see here. Gonna cover a few more things here before we wrap it up. Okay. So we're gonna go a little bit on the more the less serious route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna switch it up a little bit for y'all. How's like how do you feel about entertainment? Like what's some things you do that's entertaining to you? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we serious guys, but we not serious 24/7.
Nah, for real. I'm goofy as hell. No cap. No cap. But like what you mean, like
Like, you know what I'm saying? You like video games, dancing, YouTube, TikTok.
yeah, I for sure you know what I'm saying, play video games. Y'all want to work on 2K or Fortnite for real. You know what I'm saying? Music, I for sure love music. So I'll be rapping. You know what I'm saying? Put on a beat, I snap for you real quick. Um, I dance too. Feel me? So I don't know. I little things. I'll be chilling. Be me. Outside of everything, outside of basketball or outside of my little shell, I just be have fun for real. But nah, I really mess with music though. Like that music stuff. Like, that's my second hobby I do besides basketball. That's like it's my like therapy. Something you can just go there and just clear your mind and you know. But yeah,
Sir. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for this long. King Ziii, my boy Jaquavis, you
you
know what I'm
feel
saying?
me?
Follow the YouTube for real. I got a lot of content getting ready to come out, you know what I'm saying? It's all gonna be completely random. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
if you don't
It
follow
depend on
your girl,
whatever.
gonna cheat on you, bro. You better follow. I'm telling you, bro. She might be texting. I ain't gonna let you overthink though. But hey, you should follow though.
You know what I'm saying?
Subscribe, man.
For
Like
real.
the video.
Got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff coming up, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I got a cool college vlog that I got in the making, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really excited to bring it out to y'all in the
I'm
public
excited to
and
watch
everything.
it, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I see the story. I was like, hey, bro, I'm finna have my food. I'm finna be
Tell you, it's gonna be nice, you know what I'm saying?
oh me.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and like you said, it depend on number one the amount of work you put in,
Mhm.
but also patience. Because a
Yeah.
lot of times you could work your behind off, and you might feel like you're not getting
Yeah.
nowhere, but really every step
No.
of the day, every step of the day, whether you making money or losing money temporarily,
For real.
you building yourself up to be stronger. Whatever kill you don't make you.
For real. It's one step at a time. Like Mount Everest, bro. You're not just gonna jump on Mount Everest and be at the top. You're not just gonna be on Mount Everest at the top. Step by step. Put your head down. Take step by step by step. And next thing you know, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm talking about Everest. You feel me?
Yeah,
It's time, bro. It's gonna be times where you feel like nothing's working. Like you putting all this work, nothing's working. It's just a launch for you, bro. You're getting pulled back so God can launch you, or whatever. So society or whatever, the universe can launch you, wherever you believe in. But that's just how it goes. So it can launch you, and you can strive. So keep pushing, even though you don't see it. Consistency is the most important thing. Consistency, discipline. That's what makes a man. You can be disciplined, consistency, bro. Be a successful man in society for sure, for sure.
yes, sir. So yeah, I appreciate y'all once again. Y'all go ahead and like this video. This is my boy Jaquavis.
I'm coming. Hey, look, 2024, bro. I'm coming for people tonight. They look out for me for real, man.
Yes, sir.